It's a fox!
Fox getting aggressive with the Democrat on Capitol Hill. No, not Fox News, but a wild critter that had been roaming the area for the past couple of days, getting everyone all excited.
So we'll just have to sit back and see what the fox says. It has literally been a wild week in Washington. We had a COVID outbreak in the White House, thanks to the gridiron dinner. And we had a rabies outbreak on Capitol Hill in Congress. In fact, the craziest thing was that our reporter was one of the people that was victimized by the rabid fox. Jimena Bustillo was there just to cover a normal day on Capitol Hill. And suddenly something was chomping at your ankles. Is that right?
My left ankle got nipped by the fox.
I mean, I hear things get really rough on Capitol Hill covering Congress and stuff like that. Manu Raju, I hear, will bite people trying to get to the head of the scrum. But it wasn't Manu?
It was not. It was a fox, a real fox.
Wait. So just tell me how this happens. I mean, where were you standing when there was a fox in the Congress?
I was walking home kind of on the north side of the Capitol. I was just walking across the pavement when all of a sudden I feel like a nip and a scratch and a pull on the back of my left ankle.
One woman had to get medical attention until they finally got the fox into a cage and shipped it off to Guantanamo Bay.
So I just screamed and my head went squirrel, rat.
And then what happens? The fox is standing there staring you face to face?
The only thing I could think of doing was swinging at it. So I took my backpack off and violently swung at it. And I just remember screaming, "It's a fox!" I was pointing at it and I was just "It's a fox!" Because I wanted people to not think that I was crazy, to just be screaming and flailing around in the middle of the Capitol complex. And that's when a staffer told me, she was already on the phone with Capitol Police, and she's like, "We saw it following you. We were trying to warn you, but we didn't want to scare you or scare the fox or create a bad situation." And at the end of the day, I do think that was the right call. I think that if someone would have screamed at me, I could have tripped back into the fox.
I first saw this go by on Twitter and I thought it was kind of a joke. First, I was trying to get the metaphor, fox on Capitol Hill, rabies. This is kind of a cartoon. And then it was oh my God, this is real. And then it circles back around and it becomes a thing on Twitter and I guess TikTok.
I started tweeting because I needed to distract myself. I was I've survived through 3 years of a pandemic just to be bitten by a rabid fox. That one is definitely the most viral thing I've ever tweeted. And it's still a weird sense of looking at yourself in the mirror when you have all these reporters coming up to you and needing to ask you questions. And you have reporters that are on deadline asking to talk to you in 3 hours, and you have to respond being "I'm on deadline. I can't talk to you in 3 hours."
Between every local DC TV station,
scary.
I mean, more confusing.
The Washington Post, the Idaho Statesman, NPR, twice, and Politico, where she works, Jimena Bustillo has been on the other side of the interview a lot lately.
You suddenly had the tables turned where normally you're the reporter pestering people, and suddenly you are the story.
I mean, they say foxes are little mischievous, right? Maybe it saw me being on a mission to go write my newsletter, and it was no.